Previously on Fortune of the Liberator.
We could head back to the ship and get out of this hellhole.
You want there to be multiple captains?
I want them to have the same access a captain would.
Within, less than a minute, the ship is rocketing towards space.
We'll sort all of the inventory between me and Talan.
You find a small bag of Rill, the spice.
Woo-hoo!
I just wanted to let you know that one of the ships that the previous captain once frequented, I've tracked it, and it appears to be heading to a nearby system. It's a cloak-shaped fighter that I believe the previous captain loaned to a woman named Mira. As Talan started to make his way towards the door, a little bit of that Rill managed to grab a little hold of him. He trips over the corner of one of those crates. You can see what was inside it was a stormtrooper armor set.
Were you gonna tell us that this guy was working for the Empire, huh?
There appears to be some worm-like creature moving through the forest.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Hello everybody, Mobius1 here, bringing you the next episode of Star Wars Fortune of the Liberator. Here again with Talan, Bendak, Trod, and Romarrhhyn. Guys, say what's up.
Yo, hey. What's up?
Hello there.
First things first, Romarrhhyn got a new microphone, which is kick butt. So much better than the last one.
I never had any idea the last one was so bad.
This one is so much better. I love it. And additionally, Bendak has an updated player token on the board because you may remember in the last session he picked up a suit of padded battle armor.
And I just want to say it was really hard finding this token because I Google image searched sci-fi armor and you would not believe the amount of armor that looked like it belonged in like end game content kind of stuff. And I just kind of settled for this. You might recognize the Bounty Hunter custom armor from Star Wars The Old Republic RPG.
Works for us. We don't need, we're not aiming for 100% accuracy here. Just as long as we can recognize it's good. Okay, so first things first, I want to do a little bit of catch-up on something that happened at the end of the last session. As many of you remember, you landed on Toydaria, made a trek through the swamps, and you've arrived at this seemingly abandoned village. However, since Trod, since you did so poorly in your tracking or trailblazing or whatever wilderness survival attempt you did, I made a comment saying that you guys made it, but you're very fatigued. Do you guys remember me saying that?
Yeah. We took the long way for no reason.
So, there's a couple. I think the official rule for fatigue in this game is that you take a -2 to your strength and dexterity. However, in the rules for the wilderness survival or trailblazing, I forget which one it was, but I did look it up. You're actually supposed to take vitality damage. So I will leave it to you guys. You can either take a -2 strength and dex penalty, or you can take 1d6 vitality damage.
Ooh, that's tough.
Bendak just rolls.
No question about it.
It just takes the full damage. Okay.
I need my strength and I need my dex.
Yeah. By the way, no,
you could
do. Each of you can do this individually. So if he wants to take the vitality damage, one of you guys, another one can take the stat or ability penalties.
Yeah, I think I'd rather take the hit to my vitality than have a penalty on every single roll today.
All of these do go away after a rest, by the way. So you would get them back if you decide to rest somewhere.
No!
Ouch.
I also took the stamina feat between sessions, so I'm going to recover this vitality pretty quickly.
And Romarrhhyn, I will just remind you that you do have Wookiee regeneration, which doubles your rate of healing. Seeing as how you're the only one who hasn't decided yet.
What roll is it?
1d6.
Okay. Oh, this is different now.
Yikes.
We're all so banged up. It's funny that Trod's the only one that did it okay.
All right.
Yeah, because he's the wilderness survival guy.
Yeah,
he's
he
just
did.
standing there. Hey, sorry about that, guys. While we're all out of breath.
Exactly. That's exactly how that played out. All right,
Trod told me to like take the front and just like whack at all the vines and bushes with my vibroblade, and I'm exhausted.
But I do want to make sure also, because I was looking at your character sheets earlier, just as a refresher. Bendak, you did leave the ceremonial Trandoshan sword behind, right?
I did, so I will not be using it
Okay.
for rolls, but it is staying on my character sheet for if and when I decide I want to roll with it.
Okay, I'm just clarifying.
Mhm.
All right, so now we're caught up. You're here just on the outskirts of this village, which you have not investigated yet. The village appears to be... it's put together with a bunch of rundown shacks, that are just thrown together with any sort of scrap metal that's been found lying around. You don't see any movement or hear any noise. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You do see footprints, which is a little unusual to you because Toydarians have wings, so they wouldn't make footprints as they walk around, but you do see them. The mud has kind of made it a little hard to tell what species made the footprints. Trod, perhaps in the future, if you want to roll like a survival or some sort of wilderness check, you might be able to determine that. But additionally, and probably more importantly, at the end of the last episode, you guys heard some movement through the woods to the north, and upon investigating, you see a rather large worm moving through the trees right to left. He does not appear to see you yet, and he's about, I don't know, if the worm were to stand, like head to tail, he'd probably be about half as tall as a human. So
Didn't
just under a meter long.
I declared that I was taking a shot at it.
Yep, Cart did unholster his blasters and declare that he was going to make an attack. However, we ended the episode there, and I will let you reconsider that if you so choose. And the floor is up to you guys now. And
That didn't take long.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Cart, you take out your blaster and you take aim, and I guess this you didn't need the -2 dexterity penalty because your shot ends up hitting the tree right in front of the worm, and the worm kind of gets spooked a little bit and starts scurrying quicker and gets like behind the tree.
I'm gonna dive when I hear the blaster shot behind me go off, not knowing where it's come from. I'm gonna dive behind whatever these barrel things are, sort of next.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you're not even looking, are you?
No, I'm not. So I'm just taking cover.
Why don't all four of you go ahead and just roll initiative for me right then, because technically you're in combat.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
Here's what I do.
I was just gonna like either kill it if I hit it or spook it and let it run off if I missed, but okay.
I don't think I've rolled a good initiative this whole campaign. I can't remember if I was following Ro towards the tree with Bendak, or if I was just leaning against this wall here looking down the alleyway with Kurgle. I can't remember. Or Trod, I can't remember.
Romarrhyn, you're up next. What would you like to do?
I'm kind of just watching at this point to see what happens with this worm.
Just as a rules reminder, if you have not unholstered a weapon yet, that counts as a move action since we're now in combat. So if you want to do that, you can do that, or you can delay.
Because I can't remember if I did before or not.
I'm pretty sure at the end of the last session we had all started moving through the town with our weapons drawn.
I thought we did, but I can't really remember.
I'll allow that. I should have gone back and watched the last couple minutes of the recording, and I did not. So that's my mistake for not remembering. But that's what happens when you only play one game every 6 weeks.
And you've pretty much given me a free action to unholster this like every time. I don't know if it was just because you decided to, or because my sleight of hand was so good or something. I'm not sure what it was, but I don't remember using a move to holster.
It's one of those rules that we kind of go back and forth on, which is a terrible thing to do when playing a game like this. However, I think in most cases you're not. It's not like enemies are upon you, you know.
Fine by me.
All right, so Romarrhyn, is that all you're gonna do? You're just gonna hold there then?
Yeah, I'll hold here and draw my weapon just in case I hadn't.
All right, Talan, you're up.
kind of off the map here, but can I just kind of peek around Ro and yell to Dak? Like,
Toydaria is not a flat Earth planet, so if you can imagine, even though that's the edge of the board, there's still ground there if you want to move around him.
I know, I'm just saying I can't make a visual representation of it by moving my token. So can I just peer around the corner of Ro and yell to Dak and just ask him what he's shooting at? Like, Dak, what are you doing?
I do remember the only one of you who has not seen the worm yet is Trod.
Oh, we have. Okay.
I remember that was a roll, or at least maybe the only one who hadn't heard it was Trod. Never mind. Disregard what I say. Yeah, go ahead. You're next to Romarrhhyn now, just one square off the board.
Yeah, I mean, it's not attacking me or even any one of us. Just scurry. It just looks like cards shooting up into a tree. Why are you shooting at that? What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm bored.
Is this thing aggressive?
I expect no less than that. It hasn't been aggressive yet.
Well, I'm just gonna hang out. I'm not gonna go shooting at this thing with him.
All right. So you're done?
Yeah, probably the first time in this whole campaign I've chosen not to shoot at something.
You're still blissed out.
Very good. Trod, your little dive behind the barrels there, I will not count that as a combat action, so it's your turn.
I mean, I feel like I've dived onto the floor prone just reflexively, and I'm probably trying to peer around the corner to see whatever it was that Bendak had fired shots at.
All right. So you dive onto the ground, mud. You basically dive into a muddy, grassy little corner with some barrels stacked up, and you actually crash into the barrels. And as you knock into them, they're surprisingly light. They're definitely empty and appear to be made of like cheap plastic or plasteel. What do they have in Star Wars?
Yeah,
plastoid. Plastoid.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And yeah, pretty much like Talan, I'm just kind of gun-cocked, but I'm not ready to shoot anything. I haven't seen anything dangerous yet. I think you were right from the last session. I haven't seen the worm thing, and now it's stuck behind cover. I still can't see what he's fired at.
All right. So then the worm acts, and you saw him scurry quickly behind the tree, and you see him scurry quickly around the tree, and he comes towards Bendak and lunges at him. So, Bendak, what is your AC?
So now it's being hostile.
I'd be pretty upset if Dak was shooting at me when I was just trying to climb my tree.
What was your AC, Bendak?
18.
Oh, okay. This poor worm. Yeah, so he lunges at you, and you manage to sidestep him, and he literally lunges past you. Like he like springs almost at you off the ground, like kind of like a cat jumping, and just you take a step out of the way, he just flies past you through the air and lands next to the building behind you. And that brings you back to your turn.
All right, I'm just going to, spin around, take aim, and with a point-blank range, just pop another shot into him.
All right. For the point blank, we were just talking about this quite a bit. You get +1 attack and damage. So you just roll a regular attack, and we can do the math ourselves.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Well, you definitely hit him. So the worm, he recovers from his lunge, and he turns around and kind of hisses at you, and you squeeze off a blaster shot, which hits him right in the side of the mouth, and he reels over, and you can see he's got kind of like a hole in the side of his mouth now, and he squeals in pain, but is still alive. All
right, well, I'm not going to move or anything, and I guess with my bonus action, I'll prepare. I don't really want to fight defensively.
I don't think you can make that decision after making an attack. You've already fought.
I know, but oh yeah, that's right. That's an action, not a bonus action. All right, well, I'm just gonna throw an insult at it, even though I know it can't comprehend me. I'm gonna say, "Bring it on, slug breath."
All right, Romarrhhyn, you're up.
I'm gonna step around the corner here to see just where it went, not realizing it was so close. And can I take a shot at it too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Might as well, because it freaks me out that it's that close. Where
A
is?
startled Wookiee is a dangerous thing.
Yes.
All right, so Romarrhhyn steps around the corner and sees this massive worm. Well, massive compared to the humans, not necessarily to the Wookiee. And it startles him, as he said. So he levels his blaster at it and squeezes off a shot, which unfortunately hits the side of the building next to him. And
Are you kidding me?
the thin metal building, the shot actually pierces through the wall and goes inside, and you can see there's no light coming from inside. It appears to be dark inside.
This is the luckiest worm.
Luckiest worm or unluckiest explorers, adventurers? All right, just keep things moving along. Talan, you're up.
All right. Well, I can hear them firing off rounds at something. So, do I have to go all the way around the Wookiee, or can I sneak by him from around this corner?
Yeah, you
Like-
can sneak by.
Like, I can just go like here and in between him and the building, or do I have
Yeah,
to
that's
go
fine.
all the way around? Okay.
I'm not that big.
Well, I'm just asking for rules sake and token size and shit like that. I wasn't sure. I'm pretty small. I figured I could probably squeeze by you in a jam, but I didn't know if it was allowed. I'll just come around the corner and see. Like, I hear both of them shooting, and I'm like, what could possibly be taking both of them to do this? And I'll just come around with my blaster raised and just go, oh my god, I'll do it. And I'll use.
How great is this going to be when he misses?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm setting it up.
That'd be
I'm
pretty
hoping I just want to make sure that I say this properly because we just talked about this. All right, using a precise attack. All right,
Yep.
and I am within point blank range. Right.
Yep.
So how many bonuses is that now?
So
That
being
is-
within point blank gives you +1, and you use a precise attack to add either 1 attack or 1 damage. You have to decide.
I'm going to add to the damage this time.
Okay. So just roll your attack, and then we'll add 1 to each. Well, actually, if you hit, you get another +1 damage from being point blank. So add 1 to the attack and 2 to the damage. You come around the corner, and the worm is looking. He's not even looking at you. He's looking at the hole in the wall of the little shack that Romarrhhyn put there, kind of like, huh. And as he's looking at that hole in the wall, another blaster shot screams over his head and puts a second hole in the wall right next to it.
We're all such trash.
The worm spins around and looks at you and he tries to hiss at you. However, the hole in his mouth kind of makes it come out kind of like instead of like a it's kind of like a
Ugh.
like he's got like part of his mouth is it's just like a loose flap now.
Like Jar Jar when he gets his tongue caught in the beam.
Exactly. All right, Trod, do you want to save this session?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and put this. I'm gonna take my best shot. I feel like I can just lean around this corner and shoot.
Yeah.
him point blank.
Yep.
Come on, Force.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah, you lean around the corner between the barrels and see this worm that is taller than you as you're crouched down behind these barrels. And you try to wiggle your blaster between the barrels and take a shot at it, and unfortunately, right as you do that, the worm dives down into the ground and vanishes.
Hey, success! I scared it away.
God. It's Tremors.
Yep, it literally burrowed into the muddy ground, and all you see, your blaster goes over the back of its tail as it burrows beneath the surface.
Do I get enough of a look at it to try and maybe identify what it is?
You might have. Let's see. Do a wilderness lore knowledge check. All right. You recognize it as a grab worm, which is native to the planet Toydaria.
I don't like the sound of that.
It's a grab worm.
Yep, they're native to the planet, and they can grow to be quite large.
Define
God.
quite large.
Larger than that.
human? Okay.
Oh, great.
That's one of the babies.
Yeah, we've been shooting at Mom's kid.
The floor's
Great.
lava. The floor's lava.
Oh boy.
Why do you think Toydarians have wings?
Oh my god.
So, alright, so you're no longer in combat. The worm vanishes for now. And as you're doing that, Trod, that door next to you opens up. And a Toydarian pops out.
Hello there.
He goes, "Yeah, what are you doing shooting up my home?"
Grab worm.
Then, oh, I can't believe I have to do these voices all episode.
Yes.
Hey, it was your choice to make us go to Toydaria.
I know, I have no one to blame but myself. He goes, where's the grab worm now, huh? I don't see none.
Hey,
You telling me you can't hit a meter-wide worm?
seems that way. It surprised us. It's burrowed down into the ground next to your house.
We're really tired.
Yeah, we're really tired.
So the door across the street, you guys can move up to if you want to. Just don't go too far into the village yet, because all this is happening rather quickly. As that guy's talking, the door across over here opens up, and a Toydarian comes out brandishing a blaster pistol. And as soon as he comes out, he goes, "Hey, you Trandoshans, stop right there!"
Whoa. We're not Trandoshans. We were just trying to defend ourselves from the grab worm. Calm down.
He slowly hovers over into the middle of the street, and these guys are obviously, they're off the ground, they're floating. And while the tokens appear... You holster it? Okay.
Yep.
I'm keeping my blaster trained on the Toydarian with the blaster pistol.
Alright, so you guys are kind of in a standoff. The door further down the street opens down here. And a Toydarian pokes his head out down here too.
I draw my offhand blaster pistol and point it at him.
I'm gonna take a step forward and
he's
try to-
unarmed. So far, the only one that's armed. I know they all look the same, but the only one that's armed right now is the one. This one.
I'm gonna step up between Cart or Dak and the one with the gun. Try to defuse this. Whoa, listen. Everybody put your guns away. There's no need for this. Relax.
Another door opens. Another Toydarian pokes out. Believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of good images to use for Toydarians, by the way. I don't know if you've, if you've noticed.
That's okay.
They're all
Same to
Watto.
me anyway. What?
What's-
Just out of character, we tracked Mira here, right? This is why we landed here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to investigate this. All right. I'm gonna just put my hand up in between the two of them with the guns.
So the one next to Trod turns back towards the other three and goes, "Hey, these outlanders! They say they're shooting at Grabworm." And the one with the gun raises it and goes, "Ah!" And he like holsters his gun.
Right, then I holster my guns.
Same.
The other two are moving up, and as they're moving up, they're looking at Romarrhhyn rather weird, like almost like tilting their heads, kind of like looking at him with a weird look as they approach.
Don't mind the Wookiee. Maybe you folks can help us with something.
The one that had the blaster moves up and goes, "Yeah, what do you need help with, and what are you doing here?"
We didn't mean to intrude on your village here. We apologize for that, and we are sorry for firing off rounds in your town. But we don't really want to be eaten. But our main focus here is to locate a member of our crew. We tracked her here, but we're not sure exactly where she is or if she's all right. Have you seen any other Outlanders here?
Is it a bluff calling her that she's part of your crew? Just do a gather information check.
Nice.
Ooh.
This is why you
All
let
right.
me do the talking, boys.
The Toydarian, he looks at you and he kind of turns his head and scratches the back of his neck and he goes, "Well, I mean, we don't want any bounty hunters here. We've got enough trouble to do with the Trandoshans that arrived last week."
Well, we're not bounty hunters, but Where are the Trandoshans? The ones we've encountered so far have all been hostile, so I imagine they're probably giving you a hard time too.
He nods. He's like, yes, but I don't know where they are. Perhaps you should speak to, you should probably speak to Elder Prada if you want more information.
I appreciate that. Where can we find this elder of yours?
He turns around and he points to a building further down this way. This one. He's like, yeah, go check out that one. That's the scout center.
I appreciate your help.
The other Toydarians kind of like, they kind of scoot off to the side of the road. Like, they're not going back inside. The one in the house, he throws his hands in the air like, now I've got repairs to do. And he goes back inside his house.
Is this one in front of me, is it facing me?
Yeah, he's facing the group.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll just turn to the rest of the group and say, like, you heard the man. If we want information, we gotta speak to the elder, so we should probably head this way. And if you can, please try not to shoot anybody.
I'm gonna pick myself up out of the dirt and brush some mud off me before following on.
Come on, Ro.
In response to Talan, I'm going to say, as long as they don't try to shoot me first.
He, as you guys walk past, he steps aside and goes, just watch your step. Kind of making a joke about the worms.
Right.
As you guys walk down the road, again, all three of the Toydarians are watching Romarrhhyn in particular. They're just kind of looking at him, almost confused as to, like, why he's with you.
He does look like a bit of a fish out of water.
I don't like mud.
We'll have to give you a bath on the ship or something. I don't know. Is there a Wookiee washing station on the Bantha?
Very funny.
As you guys pass the Toydarians, they move back inside the buildings they came out of. They seem less interested about you. And it now might make more sense as to why the village is empty. Worms and Trandoshans. Not necessarily things you want to play with. Alright, so as you approach the door, you can see this building is built... It seems a little bit more modern than the rest. It's put together a little bit better. It's got a little bit thicker walls, and the door has got just a regular access panel on it.
I'm gonna knock on the door. Thump, thump, thump.
You can hear inside, when you knock on the door, you hear somebody talking, but you can't hear what they're saying.
Can I press my head against the wall and listen carefully and kind of shush the rest of the group? Like,
sure.
Come on, somebody inside.
Sure. So you press your head up against the wall, and you don't have to roll anything, because as you do that, the door opens, and you tumble into the room.
Hello. Excuse us.
The one Toydarian on the bottom, standing by himself, was sitting on some cargo crates. He looks at you and goes, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And the other two were looking at a computer terminal spin around. The one on the left, the token closest to Romarrhhyn, appears to be much older than the others.
I'm gonna slowly stand up with my hands up, kind of. Sorry, don't mean to intrude. We were told to look for the elder here. Is one of you the leader of this village?
So the token... Actually, roll a diplomacy check. Let's get some rolling going on here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the token closest to you in Romarrhhyn, the older one, looks at you and goes, "Yes, I am Elder Prada. I run this village here. Who are you and what is it what you want? We are very busy. This is a very difficult time for us."
I understand that, and I apologize again. We just landed here. We're looking for a member of our crew, and we were told to ask you for information if you've seen any other outsiders here, with the exception of the Trandoshans that you've already seemed to have having a problem with.
He looks down at the ground, and he turns back and he looks at the computer terminal, which appears to be showing some sort of like a geographical or terrain map, and he says, "Outlanders, we get some all the time coming to trade, and but none as persistent as these Trandoshans. They're causing us quite a problem."
Yeah, we've had problems with them before. We're starting to grow very tired of Trandoshans. But have you seen a human woman?
And here is where we fall into probably the first. I honestly, I try to think if we've had any MMO RPG tropes yet in this series, and I don't think we have until now. The Elder looks at, he turns back to you, and he looks at you, and he goes, "Look, Outlander, these Trandoshans, they just kidnapped my daughter. If you want help from me, you're going to have to do something for us first."
Oh god, it's an escort quest, boys.
Let's fail.
As long as she walks at the same speed as us.
Better luck. We mission failed, boys. We'll get in
Will
next
she
time.
get on a speeder if we ask? That's the important one.
Well, we're really we're pressed for time here, but if you're the only person that can help us, let me discuss it with my crew here. I can't do it alone, and I can't speak for all of them. All right.
So we're outside of that building. Were we able to hear pretty much all of, or at least the majority of that?
You'd imagine you guys were kind of like leaning in, listening to what was going on.
All right.
All right. Well then,
And as this conversation's going on, the Trandoshan sitting on the cargo crates can see Romarrhhyn through the open door, and he's been looking at him this whole time. I'm sorry, did I say Trandoshan?
yes, we're all gonna do it at least once.
Yeah, the Toydarian sitting on the cargo crates is looking at Romarrhhyn through the open door, and he points to him over Talan's shoulder. He goes, "You, Wookiee, what are you doing here? We already gave you this week's supplies."
Ro, I'll look over my shoulder at Ro and see if he's gonna answer him.
I've never been to this stinky mud hole in my life.
Yeah. He's you have him mistaken for another Wookiee. Like we said, we're new here. We didn't come to trade. Sorry about that. And I kind of back out the door. Let me speak to them, and I'll get right back to you, Mr. Elder. What was it again? Elder
Prada.
Elder Prada. Beautiful name. I'll be right back, and I'll step outside and quietly discuss with the crew what we're doing.
All right, you step out, and the Toydarian hops off the cargo crates, moves over to the door, and closes the door.
All right, gentlemen. The Elder is in here, and if we need to find out where Mira went or if they've seen him, he refuses to speak to us because his daughter's been taken by these nasty Trandoshans. So looks like we got another job to do if we want any information.
I can't
here.
help but feel if Mira is here somewhere, maybe she's mixed up with these Trandoshans.
It's possible, but I doubt it.
Actually, I think Trod's got a pretty good point. The Trandoshans were backing Mira during the fight on.
But couldn't that just be coincidence? She was just there at the same time. Where they? I don't think they were fighting together. I think more just fighting at the same time.
Well, I mean, the Trandoshans were fighting the Empire. Mira shot Dez and then fled from the Empire. We've seen Imperial armor on the ship in Dez's possession. I think we know what's going on here.
You think Mira is working with Trandoshans and that they're some sort of rebels?
I mean, I'm not going to rule out the possibility.
If you were surrounded by Trandoshans and Imperials shooting, wouldn't you want to leave too?
No, I'd probably want to stay and shoot every one of them.
Well, in the
I
interest
just
of
think
self-preservation, we'd leave.
If she was here, I think they would have just told us, because we could probably find her just by looking through the buildings over 10 or 15 minutes, which means she's probably not in this camp. And if the Trandoshans are giving them hassle, maybe she's gone to seek whatever she's looking for with them.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if she were here, it's still possible she might be trying to hide from us, not be exposed to us. But she probably would have been found by the locals. She'd probably have to talk to the locals, and they would probably have, unless she struck a deal with one of them.
well, the ones we spoke to didn't seem to know much. They pointed us towards the Elder. So if she were here, he'd probably be the only one that she had any interaction with. And she's pretty good and tough. I don't think she would hide in the dark corner here. She's probably not in this town.
I also think if she asked the Elder for help, she's probably gone looking for someone's daughter too.
I don't think she's in the mindset to be rescuing children when she's on the run.
I don't think we're going to get any further with this unless we do a little bit of some killing. So let's go. Let's go kill. Let's go find us some Trandosians. What do you say?
I think we should probably rest for a bit first. We're all pretty tired.
And I'm gonna bluff. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel right as rain.
Yeah, I feel
That's why you missed a worm twice.
I did not.
Oof.
I actually landed the second hit. Thank you very much.
Well, how about we figure out what we're doing before one of these things pops up and bites us in the rear? Should I tell this guy that we're going to help him?
As you guys are talking, the door opens up, and Elder Prada comes around and looks at you. He goes, "Look, come in here and take a look at this monitor."
All right, well, I'll be the first one in since I'm in the way.
The rest of the Toydarians kind of move away. Alright, so you come in, and again, on the screen of the north side of the building is kind of like a map of what appears to be the surrounding area. You can see in the center of the map is the village, and you can see it's made up of like lines that show the elevation and the terrain around the area. And in a wide circle, not a perfect circle, but a decent circle around the village are little dots, making like a dotted circle around the village. And the elder explains, he goes, "This map, this is the surrounding area. Each of these dots is a seismic sensor that allows us to pick up vibrations beneath the surface." He goes, "The grab worms have been getting more aggressive lately because the Trandosians that arrived last week set up their camp near the grab worm's nest."
Of course they did.
He goes, they've been harassing us as well, telling us to hand over the fortune of the Liberator, and we have no idea what they're talking about.
Kind of look over my shoulder at everyone else, see if they know what he's talking about. I'm guessing everybody just shrugs because we don't know.
He points to an area north of the village, and he goes, "This is where the Trandoshan camp is, and we believe this is where they took my daughter, Nettie. He goes, she is very young, but she is a sweet girl. If you can bring her back to me, I will give you support to find your missing crew member."
Okay, can you give us any more information about how many there are and what kind of weapons they use?
He chuckles. "There are quite a few of them smelly lizards, and they are well armed. So, I will give you access to my medical facility. If you want to take a stop there and rest before you depart, you are more than welcome to."
Yeah, I think we'll take you up on that. Some of us, and I'll look
He looks
over
at Trod.
Dak and say are tired.
He looks at Trod. He goes, "You might want to take a shower as well."
Yeah, thanks.
What do you say, gentlemen? Should we get prepped
I
for
think we
another fight?
I think we should help.
I think it's our only means right now.
All right.
What say you, Wookie? You want to shoot some lizards?
Sounds good to me. Let's go get a rest first, though.
Alright, it's settled then. Mr. Elder?
Very good. And so he sends the other Toydarian and takes you down to. I'm just gonna move you guys.
Before we leave, I'm going to ask Elder Prada, what's your daughter's name?
Nettie.
Nettie.
Is there something we could say to Nettie that would let her know that we're going on your behalf if we do come across her?
Tell her that Papa is waiting.
You don't have anything more, like, precise than that?
He shakes his head. "No, she will understand."
Okay. All right.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Alright, then all four of you are escorted down to this building in the bottom left.
It's a Stargate in here.
That is a Bacta tank. So, yep, alright.
We're back.
Down here, you guys get healed back up to full.
What time of day is it now?
You landed in the morning, so it's about midday now.
And we're healing up to full? So how many hours does that mean we've been here? Because you can only do so many points per
You're not
hour.
just resting, though. You're in a medical station. They've got supplies and stuff.
Okay, cool. Alright, well, I feel pretty good.
So after you're all healed up, the Toydarian here in the medical station looks at you and goes, "And which one of you here knows most about treating injury?"
I'm fairly decent at it.
I mean, I've patched myself up a few times, but I can't say I've done a great job.
I know which end of a stim pack to stick in someone.
I think we all have a basic understanding of it, but
Well, I don't know. if it's appropriate to say out loud, but I'm not proficient in tree injury. I do have like 2 things in it, but I'm not.
I'm proficient. I have a +4 total modifier to it.
Yeah, I literally just know which end of its impact to use.
That's
Yeah,
more
it's
than I have.
probably Dak's the one that's got most medical training.
All right, then. So you guys point to Dak, and the Toydarian reaches under the counter and he lifts up a medical kit and hands it to Dak, and he goes, "Here, then you might need this in the future."
Roger that.
What's in the medical kit?
Ooh, fancy fade. All right, medical kit says this small kit implements implements and medicines allows a skilled user to stabilize a dying character or restore lost vitality points through the use of the treat injury skill. It is also necessary for treating dazed, knocked out, or stunned characters. But I think
Sweet.
most importantly, yeah, stabilize a dying character or restore lost vitality.
Sweet. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, you want to head out?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
We should head back. Do we remember what direction he showed me on the map? Because I didn't ask him specifically where they were located. He just pointed on the map and said, "This is where they are." So
we'll just
do I know?
say that you guys know where it is. After looking on the map, it's to the north. So you guys, I'm not gonna make you actually like move your dudes out. I'm just scrolling through the rulebook real quick.
All right, let's make our way north then.
How far a distance is it? Will it help if I try and if I try and reduce the travel time for us?
You're absolutely gonna have to do that. I'm gonna move you all. Hold on.
Oh boy, here we go again.
What could possibly go wrong?
3 weeks later.
All right, so I moved you all to the top of the board just to represent you guys moving off the edge of the board. And
So given they've shown us on this map where we're heading, and I've had a sort of idea of a lay of the land, do I get any bonuses to this wilderness law roll?
ooh, that's a fair question to ask. Yeah, go ahead. So what's the actual roll that you're doing? Because we did it last time. We actually looked
It's
it up.
wilderness law.
I think the
It's
wilderness lore is just
survival.
understanding what things are. Survival is like trekking through and
Yeah, you
right?
make the survival check, and trailblazing gives you a bonus.
Oh, it's trailblazing. That's the roll I'm making.
Right, but trailblazing isn't an actual skill. I remember we looked this up last time. Trailblazing adds to your survival check.
Here, I've got it right here. Make a survival check to reduce travel time. With a check result of 15 or better, the scout reduces total travel time by 25%. With 25 or better, the travel time is reduced by 50%.
nice.
So really, since we're not worried about, well, depending on your roll is going to determine whether or not you guys take a penalty, basically.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Well, it's a good thing you topped off before you left.
The thing is, this isn't supposed to make it worse.
Trod's the worst survival man.
But
All my points are in that.
you made a fair point that you guys saw a map, so you knew the terrain, and we'll just say that the Toydarians probably would have given you some information about traveling, but let's just say, yeah, you're fine. It's not that far. They set up camp close enough that they could harass the Toydarians, so it's fine. Let's do this. Why don't you take
God.
you take 1d4 vitality damage.
All of us?
Everyone. Go ahead and roll.
Oh my
Oof.
God.
I didn't see who's in this? Oh wait. No, I do see everybody's. Alright, hold on.
I rolled a 3, but it hasn't shown up in the
It's there.
It's
yeah, it did.
it's right below your survival check, right above Talon's roll.
Yeah, we're all good.
Well, we all get the high rolls in our personal damage stakes, don't we?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just updating your tokens on the next board. So, actually, you know what? Fine. So that's all the damage you take, and you've arrived in a new area.
Well, this looks pleasant.
So you guys can go ahead and discuss what you want to do. Don't do anything yet, because I'm still adding like your health and stuff to your tokens.
Well, you guys can figure out what to do. I'll be right back in 15 seconds.
Sorry, I was looking at trying to figure out how many vitality points treat injury, and using medical kit recovers. It's apparently how many ranks you have, not your modifier.
Hey, given my experiences of using my scouting to make us reduce travel time, we'll end up more injured.
Yeah, since Andrew stepped away, we can actually put that on stream. Okay, so treat injury. It says the DC and the effect depend on the task you attempt. So if you're trying to use a medical kit, the DC is 15.
Mm-hmm. Which I use my treat injury modifier with, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then I've pulled up a page that I'm assuming is like official. It's Star Wars Order of the Hidden Flame, Star Wars D20 revised, and it's on the treat injury skill. And I found use medical kit. With medical kit, little skill, you can keep a badly wounded character from dying or restore vitality points. The check is an attack action. If a character has negative wound points and is losing... Oh, no. If a character has lost vitality points, that's the line I'm looking for. You can restore some of them by giving the character's system a boost. A successful check restores a number of vitality points equal to the number of ranks you possess in the skill. The number of restored can never exceed the character's full normal total of vitality points. The application can only be used successfully on a character once in a 24-hour period.
Yep.
Interesting.
But it's interesting because I actually, although I have a +4 or to my treat injury checks, I actually have 5 ranks. I just have a -1 modifier because it
Intelligence?
uses
Or
wisdom. My wisdom is an 8. No, intelligence is a flat 10. So.
All right. Well, after a couple hours of slugging through more jungles and luckily not encountering any grub worms, you've arrived at this. It's almost like a clearing. There's still lots of trees in the area, but it's much less dense than the rest of the forest. And there appears to be the remains of some sort of temple, or there's ruins basically built into the woods. Lots of crumbled stone walls and even some stone pathways.
Is there can somebody check for footprints leading up to this? Like, is this the right camp, or is this something we stumbled across that's got nothing to do with these Trandoshans?
I can maybe see if I can identify discrete footprints, see if we can get an idea of numbers. We kind of know that they're Trandoshans, don't we?
Yeah, they got big lizard feet. I just want to make sure this is the right location and not just something on the way. If there's no tracks here, then this definitely isn't the spot, because there's been nobody here.
Is this another survival role, or is this more a wilderness?
That's a good question. I would go with survival. Okay, yeah, you can very clearly see that there's some fresh footprints in front of you that have the very distinct shape of Trandoshan footprints, with like the nails and everything, like a dinosaur footprint. And they lead to your east.
What's a dinosaur?
All right, what do you think, Trod?
They're definitely here. They've gone into the ruins over to the east. The freshest footprints are leading off to the east from our position.
And for the record, I understand. Sorry to interrupt. I understand it's kind of confusing that you guys left to the north. This was kind of bothering me, but this is the way the map is set up. This is the way I wanted to orient it. We'll just say that there was a river or something that you had to go around and kind of loop back, and that's why you're coming into this camp from the northwest, even though you left going north.
Maybe even strategically, we wouldn't have wanted to come from the direction of the village, right? So
right.
Okay. Yeah.
So I recognize that apparent error, and I am willing to ignore it.
I'm willing to ignore it too.
I'm
not willing to ignore. I'm not willing to ignore that Trod just said that the Trandoshans are here. There's fresh footprints, so I'm going to draw both my blasters and say, "All right, everybody, stay sharp."
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Get my blaster out too.
Me too.
Yep.
Okay.
And also, I'm going to realize that I'm not wearing my armor anymore on my token.
Oh yeah, good point. Hold on. All right.
So I'm going to kind of bob and weave from cover to cover, trying to move silently, but I know I get a penalty on my move silently checks.
Yeah, you said they're all to the east, right? Or the tracks are
The
heading to
tracks
east?
lead to the east.
All right, I'm gonna move up in between these trees silently as I can.
Do you want me to roll a move silently check?
No, not yet.
All right. Well,
Give me
I mean, you can just assume that I failed because I have a -4 on top of whatever I roll, and I don't have a great modifier for it anyway. So,
Mine's
but
pretty
okay.
good. I'm like invisible.
Bendak and Talan, roll listen checks.
Okay.
Okay, you can both hear the fluttering of wings. Sounds like it's coming from the other side of this wall.
I'm gonna look over at Trod and Bendak and kind of like gesture towards the wall like something's over here just to draw their attention to that area.
All right. I'm gonna, since Trod is right behind me, I'm gonna kind of like turn around and ask him, "Hey, do you know anything else on Toydaria besides Toydarians that happen to fly? Just curious."
I'm trying to strategically uncover parts of the map for you too. And I know this is where the advanced fog of war options in Roll20 would come in handy, but I don't mind doing it this way.
So, what do I know about Toydarian natural inhabitants? Are there any more?
So I'll just use the check that you did before, and you don't know a whole lot. You know that there's like your typical wildlife that you can plan to encounter on any sort of terrestrial planet with, insects, beasts. Could be anything.
Yeah,
it is a diverse ecosystem on Toydaria.
Especially given the grab worms, I presume that there's many forms of native life
that are of an avian nature. Got it. Okay.
Since,
so
sorry, go ahead.
So either the Trandosians have taken to Minok pets, or they've got some Toydarian captives.
It's hard to tell, so I'll explain it to you. To the east of you, you guys see that large door? That is a very large ruin structure. So the structure's made of stone, the door is metal, and it is closed. But it looks kind of dilapidated, and it's got like vines growing on it and stuff.
Right, been here a while type thing. And this thing directly to my right, this pile, like underneath this pile of like looks like a rubble stone, like rocks and stuff. This black strip, is that a wall?
Yes.
That is.
It's like a corner.
Parallel with me.
Yeah. It runs left to right, and then it turns south and runs 2 squares down to make like an L shape.
Okay, so I don't know. When you said it's on the other side of this wall, did you mean it's here or it's here?
Right. Oh, I can't ping that. Hold on. Yeah. Like in this dark area.
This is the
that you
wall
haven't
he's
seen.
referring to.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the wall he's referring to.
Roger.
We can't see over here yet. Now, how do I erase?
Delete.
You gotta delete it. I think you can just hit delete.
I need to hover over it and hit delete? Or do you have to highlight it and click delete?
You got to switch to the mouse and then click on it to highlight it, and then you hit delete.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move up along this wall, as quiet as I can.
Do a move silently. Ah, nice.
Sneaky boy.
All right, yeah, you move up, and you're able to peer around the corner, and you spot some type of bat. Just kind of floating there. Like, like they do in most video games, just idle.
Right.
idly flying there.
I'm gonna...
Doing on the power couplings.
Right. I'm gonna turn towards the group and signal, like, do it like a number 1, like there's one thing, and then kind of flap my arms like angels in the outfield so they know that there's...
I thought you were just gonna like do the bird hands thing.
No.
Okay. I'm
Doing a snow angel standing up.
Exactly.
I'm gonna try not to laugh. And I'm gonna try to comprehend that he's talking about a creature and not a Toydarian, because that makes me think maybe it's a Toydarian.
So let me ask you this just to verify, and you can read into this question all you want. I just want to verify that you all unholstered your blasters. Is that correct?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yep.
Trigger fingers are resting on the side of the pistols and not resting on the triggers until I know I'm ready to squeeze the triggers.
It's good trigger discipline. I appreciate that.
Same.
Oh, by the way, if we were in the medical center, are we all fully healed now?
Yeah.
You
We
were.
should
be. We
You
were.
were until you
Oh,
traveled here.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Trod.
Took minus 1d4.
Yeah, so you were full row, and now you're minus 3.
3.
Gonna have to ask Romarrhhyn to make a BD1 unit for Trod so he can scan maps and double check where we're headed as we're traveling. Get advantage on his checks.
All right. Well, now that I can see around this corner, is this all black area just the side of this building? Or I just can't see that far?
The corner of the building is right here.
Okay.
So yeah, you can...
How big is this bat?
2 meters across.
No, it's normal size. Size of a normal bat.
A normal Star Wars bat or like...
No, a normal real life bat. It's only maybe
Wow, okay.
a foot in wingspan. 2 feet. No, not
Okay,
that big.
yeah.
Foot and a half.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Either way, I don't want to get bit.
It's a small bat. And it's
Well,
it's
I'm gonna
slowly
wait
flying
for-
away from you.
I'm gonna wait for Trod to decide, or sorry, not Trod, Talan to decide how he wants to position, because I'm assuming we're attempting to breach the door over here, but I don't want to move with my horrible move silently check until I know that he's safely in position.
All right.
Whereas
Do
I
Trod,
might move up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's give. Do Trod and Romarrhhyn want to do anything?
I'm also going to try and move silently. Okay.
Go ahead. Nice.
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 You make no noise. You very silently manipulate the branches and the leaves on the bushes as you move through them, so they make no noise at all.
All right.
Well, I know better than to try to move silently, so I'm going to stay where I am for a sec.
Well, I
Likewise.
can see the bat leaving, so I will turn around and gesture for those two to move up, and I'll put my finger to my
Romarrhhyn,
mouth like shush.
Romarrhhyn, why don't you make a listen check?
Okay.
You hear a twig snap to your south, behind the trees that you, like, down here-ish. So you hear something is moving in the grass down there, but you can't see what it is.
I am going to attempt to move silently as this is happening towards Talan and Trod. I am putting an emphasis on quieting my movements and not so worried about whether or not I am being seen or whether or not I am moving fast. So I'm trying to move slowly but quietly in my heavy armor.
Okay, then here's what I'm going to say. I understand what you're trying to do, trying to get around that penalty. Go ahead and make the roll. I will lessen the penalty, but you can only move 1 square at a time.
Okay. Perfect.
So you move 1 square towards Talan on the diagonal. Yep, and as soon as you
And
do
step
that,
right onto a
it's like
twig.
that scene from Return of the Jedi where Han Solo's sneaking up on the scout trooper.
And he steps on a twig, and like everyone in the whole forest heard it.
Yep, you did that, and as you do that, the sound of the snapped twig echoes around on the walls. The bat takes off, fleeing away from you, scared.
I just stand, straight, flat, not even trying to like crouch or anything anymore. And I look straight at Talon and just shrug my arms.
Romarrhhyn, Talan, and Trod all spin around and look at you.
Will you just get over here? There was
And
a
there's-
bat, but it flew away. Just move.
All right. And now I'm not trying to move silently anymore.
Okay.
No, because I can see that the threat is gone. So now I'm just frustrated with everybody. And I don't appreciate having the crap scared out of me by deck. Romarrhyn's preoccupied with noises he heard.
Yeah, I know I'm doing this quite a lot, but actually, I'm not even gonna make you roll. You all, I assume after that happened, are just gonna hold there for a second and listen to see if anything happens. And you don't hear anything. There doesn't seem to be, other than the bat flying away, there doesn't seem to be any reaction in your surroundings.
All right, then I'm just going to do the same thing I did before and gesture for Romarrhyn to catch up to us. Like, come on, let's go.
All right.
I'm going to move around this tree stump so I'm next to the wall.
All right, so now you have line of sight pretty much down this whole path. And there's another ruined corner all the way down there at the south.
Should we try to get into this building? Or what's left of it?
I think if we try to open this large door, we'll make enough noise to let everybody know we're here.
Actually, now I'm up against this door. Can I hear anything on the other side of it? Is there any machinery humming or people chattering?
No. If you want to roll a listen, yeah, roll a listen check. It's going to be a lot of listen checks while you guys are sneaking around.
Here we go. 17.
Nope, you hear nothing.
I would like to attempt to examine the hull of this door for any breach points or possible breach points, anywhere that we might be able to, I don't know, like push from to make it collapse or push aside or anything like that, if it's movable or destructible in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Not really. Looking at the door, it, despite being, seemingly part of a ruined structure, the door itself is metal. So it seems to have lasted. It doesn't seem to be rusted or anything. It does seem that nature is kind of taking over it slowly, like I said, with the vines and stuff growing on it. But as far as being structurally weak, it doesn't appear to have any weak spots.
I think we should keep searching around. I mean, it doesn't look like anyone's used this door.
Trod, as you're leaning up against the wall there, beneath the vines, you can see what used to be an entry or an access panel for the door that has been stripped of parts.
While I'm next to this door, do the footprints that were heading east, do they come to this doorway, or are they heading off somewhere?
No, they, let me draw. They appear to go this way.
Oh. So yeah, I don't think
I'll kind
this
of
door
mention
is used.
quietly to the others that the transitions haven't come through this door. This terminal's been dismantled for parts.
Which way does the door open? Does it like open from the bottom, like the door slides up, or does it slide to a side?
It's a side-to-side door with a split down the middle.
I want to walk up to the door and attempt to wedge my fingers and pull the sides apart. I just want to try. You never know. It might be run down enough that it's actually pretty easy to budge. You never know.
Make a strength check. It's a good roll. You brace yourself, try to wedge your fingers in between the two doors, and you start pulling, and you exert yourself as much as you can, but the door does not want to move.
All right, well, I'm going to shake my hands, try to get the blood flowing back in the fingers and say, well, it was worth a try.
I suppose. Even if we could get through here, I'm sure the noise of it would give our position away, so the flank wouldn't really be of any use. I think we should probably head south. Trod said the tracks don't even lead to this door.
I can leave that on there, actually. Hold on.
I don't mind it. It's good to have.
All right, so I'll acknowledge Talan and say, roger that.
I'm going to move.
Yeah, maybe the sneaky guy should.
I'm going to creep up along this edge and see if I can get up here, maybe about here, and see.
All right, hold on. Go back to the corner. No, sorry, hold on, I'll move you. So you get here. This is the corner of the building, and you peek around.
Oh, okay. I thought it was... Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. I thought it just kind of was staggered like a step going down like a ruined building. I didn't realize that this was a straight thing. It's my bad.
It's about as far as you can see.
And there's nobody along this path here.
Nope. It is quiet. Too quiet.
All right, I'm going to look over my shoulder at the group and kind of, with my finger to my mouth to suggest being quiet. And I'm gonna gesture forward with my hand, like with my blaster up this way, and I'm gonna move up to this corner here, quietly.
Do another move silently check.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
All right, so as you move through the bushes, the terrain slopes down a little bit that you couldn't tell through the leaves. So you lose your footing and actually tumble into the branches or into the bushes, rustling them quite a bit.
I am going to say nothing, and I'm just going to stand right where I am.
Thanks.
As you do that,
Same. I'm going to concentrate on listening more than.
2 bats fly out of the tree that you stumble into.
And now they're just hovering around the tree?
No, they fly out and they start flying away.
Can I hide in the bushes here?
Yeah, make a hide check. I don't think we've done that one yet. Nice. Okay. So you realize that since the terrain slopes down into the nice little corner there between those 2 trees, that it actually makes a pretty good hidey hole. You kind of move some of the branches of the bushes above you that you broke and create a little, almost like a foxhole that you're hiding in, and you believe that you're pretty well concealed. And between those trees, you can see the rest of this courtyard.
Nice. My hidey hole. And I don't see anything else in this little sanctuary area, this courtyard. It's all empty.
This is all you can see, and it's empty.
I'm going to let the sneaky boys move first to, move silently and find little spots to hide in before I attempt to start moving forward.
We still have our comm links, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how audible are our comm links?
I don't know.
Presumably pretty quiet.
Does a comm link have volume control? We don't know. Question.
Find out next time.
It's not like having your phone on speaker, is it? Surely it's going to be a bead in your ear.
I don't know.
It's phone on speaker.
It's kind of like holding a microphone that has a speaker built into it.
Like a phone on speaker.
Well, if I say something into it, you 3 will hear it way over there. It won't come out on my end here.
Yeah,
so as long as you don't say anything back to me, we're fine.
Yeah.
All right, what are you guys doing? I didn't mean to cut you
Talan,
off.
roll a spot check.
Oh, jeez.
Decent.
All right, off to the east, you can see a spider
Ugh.
start walking across the path where the trail leads.
Okay.
It's a fairly large spider, not quite as tall as the grabworm, but maybe up to your knees. Its body comes up to your knees if you were standing.
That's entirely too big.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay in my hidey hole.
Yeah, it doesn't notice you. It's just like walking along the path, north to south in this direction.
And I think I'm going to try and quietly dash to be up near Talan.
All right, move silently. And are you focusing more on... don't worry about it. That's fine. Yeah, you can move to wherever you want to go.
As he gets here, I'm going to whisper to him, There's a spider over there towards where the tracks are heading, I think.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it right as it disappears behind that tree.
A slight look of horror on my face that maybe Bendak or Romarrhhyn will see.
You make the little motions with your hand to indicate spider. Like Talan turns around, does the thing. Same thing with the bat. He turns around and says, 1.
Just wiggling my fingers with like my thumbs crossed.
They're tickling the prisoner?
I'm going to come up around the corner here and look around. I'm not moving silently. Do I see... I imagine I probably, after looking around a bit, I see the door over here.
Yep.
Well, if he's not moving silently, I'm not either.
I'm gonna move normally to the door, just to the corner over here, and examine the door closer.
Alright, again, this door is made out of the same metal material. However, this one appears to open from the bottom up.
Worth a try. I'm gonna attempt to pull the door
You're gonna
up.
be so mad. But okay, go ahead. Alright, so you kneel down, you get your hands underneath the door, and you go to lift up. And as you pull up on it, you hear like sort of like a creaking at the top of the door, but it doesn't want to budge.
Oh well.
I just look at him and laugh a little bit.
I want to kind of look down over here, because I don't think that area's been
Oh,
revealed
whoops.
yet.
I didn't mean to do that.
Ooh!
Yeah, okay. Can also see a little bit further to the east.
Well, I am going to wander
And stop.
off this way.
I'll back up 2 more.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Alright, I guess I'll stop there. Do I see the spider as it was moving down
Yep.
over here?
Oh yeah, it's very visible, walking along the stone path.
Was I visible to it?
No, because it's walking away from you.
Oh, okay.
Romarrhhyn?
I think I will move down here with these guys.
I'm going to point towards the other side of this little square sanctuary area where there's 2 more sort of tree shrubberies. Just whisper over to Talan. I think I'm going to head over there.
The spider's back there somewhere. You're gonna be attacked.
It's going... Oh. Hopefully it won't see me.
Keep in mind that even if it does and we defeat it, it's still a lot of noise giving away a position. I think we should go around.
Now, the spider appears to be going towards this hole, this cracked hole in the wall of this ruined building down here. Right here. So this is actually a wall. To the left of the spider is a wall that runs across. And then there's a hole in the corner, and then the wall runs south.
Okay.
But he appears to be going into this building.
So I'm going to
Well.
try and move to here.
Alright, do a move silently. That's good enough. Since there's not a whole lot of bushes, you make a little bit of noise as you crawl into the bushes where you currently are, but you were able to cross the sanctuary without making any noise. You're also uncovered a little bit of this area off to the southwest.
Well, I guess we're all moving up, huh, Ro? You want to make a run for it?
Sure.
I'm going up to that wall.
I guess you can actually see a little bit through those trees, too. Alright.
I'm gonna I'm gonna continue flanking east.
The spider vanishes into that building. And Bendak, stop right there and roll move silently.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Do I see anything up here as well?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
I guess you can see a little more than that.
Oh, he's gonna see you.
So there's a wall. Here, hold on. There's a wall just to your south. So he's kind of standing on the corner of that wall.
Is he looking up or to the right?
He's looking away from Bendak to the bottom right, southeast.
Oh, gotcha.
So as you walk down there, you see all them, and luckily you critted on your roll silently or move silently, so they didn't notice you at all.
When it counts. Oh yeah.
Guess you don't need the footprints anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
Trod, hold on, Bendak, before you do anything, Trod, roll a spot and a listen. Well, just do spot first. Good enough. If I can direct your attention to the bottom, only Trod sees this. The spider that went into that building comes scurrying out, is trying to get away, and a grab worm pops out grabs the spider by the leg, and drags him back into the building.
Oh, hell no.
Don't like that.
I'm going to turn to Romarrhhyn and Talan and be like pointing back over my shoulder and just like mouth the word grab worm.
What?
I don't
Do
care
I-
if Mira's in that building. I'm not going in there.
I'll do the little wiggly fingers for spider and then be like grabbed. And then I'll shake my head a bit.
Alright, now do a listen check.
Nice.
Yeah, you hear some nasty sounds coming from behind, like through the hole in that wall. You hear like some hissing and some ripping. Yeah, not pleasant sounds.
I think reflexively, I'm just going to take a step backwards towards the other two. Shaking my head a bit more and looking quite pale. Mm-mm.
You know, for an outdoorsman, you sure are jumpy.
Something's being eaten. That's not good.
Well, it ain't
How
us.
big was the grab worm that I saw? Was it the same size as the last one?
Yep, it was.
Okay, so just like person-sized. Well, that spider ain't a problem no more.
All right. Well, we need to make some moves here.
Alright. I would like to silently move, focusing very hard on not being heard. One space this way.
Go ahead. Okay. You don't know if they've heard you. Because as you step away, you technically lose line of sight. I'm not going to hide those areas again, but you can no longer see.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna turn around and see if I can see anybody. Hopefully I see Trod. And hopefully because he's kind of facing Talan and Romarrhhyn, maybe he can also see me round the corner or whatever.
Sure.
And I'd like to, hold up 4 fingers and just, so I have to sheathe, I have to holster, I'm going to holster my offhand blaster pistol so I can hold up 4 fingers with my left hand, hopefully visible enough to, I'm gonna like put it over my right shoulder or whatever. And I'm just gonna keep up the 4 fingers because I don't know how to like specify, or maybe there's a way I can like know how to like communicate to them. Maybe it's like a tactical role.
Only
or
you
something.
had come up with some sort of system beforehand.
I
Good,
am
just
going
mount
to
it to us.
use
Oh, wait.
my. Can I use my tactics? Can I use my tactics roll to see if I know how to like communicate that they're Trandosians or
Well,
humanoid
you're the
at
only one
very
with any
least?
military training, right? So we wouldn't
Yeah.
even understand what you're doing.
We already know we're looking for Trandosians.
I mean, I kind of feel like if you pointed the direction you just came from and held up 4 fingers, I'm going to have a good idea that there's 4, things around that corner.
Yeah.
I probably don't know what they are, but I know that you're worried enough to want to let me know that there's targets there.
I think that's up to Mobius to determine if he's giving us enough credit to to understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to Bendak what he wants to do. If he wants to just, I'm trying not to feed you guys actions.
All right, I'm going to keep my blaster pistol honed on my heavy blaster honed in the direction of where I just saw them. With my left hand free, I'm going to rest it on over my shoulder, fingers pointing up, 4 fingers to indicate 4 targets or 4 known to Trod, and then I'm going to, after he sees that, I'm going to change the hand to 1 finger and a thumb in the shape of a gun to indicate that they are armed with weapons and therefore are likely, to his knowledge, humanoid, sentient, most likely the Trandosians. Can I use a tactics roll just because I want to roll tactics?
He understands you, but sure. Go ahead and make a roll. There you go.
How silly did I look?
Not silly at all, actually. I think it looked
Okay.
pretty cool.
Cool. All right.
I'll turn to Talan and Romarrhhyn, and I think Bendak spotted 4 armed targets around the corner, just to our north.
Roger that. I'm gonna move up to the side of this door.
since I haven't described the door yet, same scenario. It's a metal door, nature took over, doesn't look like it's moved in a long time.
I'm going to move to the other side of the door.
Both of you roll move silently.
Ooh.
This is insane. All the things I have the most points in, I roll terribly. Makes no sense.
Okay. Romarrhhyn, you want to do anything?
Yeah, I will move up here. Should I
Did
do
it-
a move silently?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Based on their move rolls and my perception, would it have sounded to me like they made a lot of noise moving to their positions?
Talan, absolutely.
All right, then I am going to hustle over here, actually hoping that they hear me. You know, so like I'm feigning move silent, but I'm actually trying to be heard by them to kind of direct them. Yeah,
Okay.
you know. So
you're gonna
maybe
be the bait?
maybe there's like a roll I can do to like indicate that I'm trying to make it sound like I'm trying to move silently, but also trying to be heard. I don't know.
I don't think
I
that
mean,
works.
no, you don't- you
You're
don't
either
need-
just being loud or you're not.
Yeah, if you're purposely trying to be loud, then there's no roll that you need to make for that.
Okay. All right. And I, after rounding the corner there, I am going to I'm going to draw my offhand blaster, my light sidearm, and I'm going to aim both of them so that if I see, basically, if I see anyone enter this space or this space, I'm just going to open fire.
Okay.
I think I'm going to turn to Talan and sort of gesture that I'm going to move south to flank.
You can hold on, Bendak. You can actually see the two Trandoshans that are standing next to each other, and they don't appear to be looking your direction, but they do take a step this way together. And this one moves down
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Sorry, Trod, what were you doing?
I'm just going to gesture to Talan that I'm going to move south to flank, and then I'm going to slowly creep along this.
Just stay away from that building.
Don't go near the spiders, yeah.
There's no
The
spider.
the grab
Not
worm.
anymore.
The
is it a
spider
grass-
gone.
You don't know how many more are in there.
None if they're in that building.
There's
Grab worm
probably, yeah. Well, who knows how many other grab worms might be in there?
Am I on the edge of a wall at the moment? Is this where the wall ends?
Yes.
Can I kind of peek around the corner?
You can do a move silently again. Actually, wait, don't roll that. Roll a hide.
Oh no!
Well-
I'm in the same place as Talan. All my best skills I'm trash at.
I know,
Well,
this
I've
is
got
bad.
I've got good news, bad news, and terrible news.
Oh no!
The good news is you lean around the corner of the wall and you can see everything, including Nettie, who is being flanked by two Trandoshans, and in the center of the courtyard is one Trandoshan wearing quite ornate body armor with a really big sword.
Oh, Bendak's
I want
gonna
that
be
sword.
happy. Bendak's gonna be happy. That's the good news,
I'm gonna
right?
challenge him to Makura.
That's the good news. Because you're basically standing here now.
That's the
didn't-
bad news.
I wasn't moving. I was just peering around the corner. But
I know, but
That's
you,
too
but
bad.
you
You critical failed, so you
peered
tripped and
really
fell, probably.
poorly.
The bad news, the terrible news, is you tripped and you fell on your and you're prone now
Hold
or
on.
something, right?
The bad news, or the good news is you can see everything. The bad news is that everything can see you. So
And the terrible news?
the terrible news is the session is going to end here.
No!
Bum, bum,
Yes.
bum, bum.
oh man,
So
I
yeah.
need to go home and rethink my life.
But no, I think that was really good. I think we did a lot of things this session that we actually haven't done yet, like being stealthy and sneaky.
Yeah, I like doing that stuff.
occasionally.
Gonna
Wow.
add his sword to my collection, like a shoulder plate from his armor, and just
Someone's getting ahead of
I'm gonna-
themselves.
Yeah.
oh,
More like you'll be re-rolling a new character.
please.
I think that might be my task.
I'm just doing a quick look over the rest of the map to make sure there's no areas that I haven't uncovered that you guys should see. I think that's pretty good.
But here's a question: did we level up?
We already did. We're already 3.
Well,
No.
we were
Last
supposed to
time.
be 3 session before 2.
No, not this session.
Oh,
But, if you manage to come out of this fight alive, maybe.
I'm expecting to level up if we survive this fight, which I'm expecting to.
I'm not. How many times do you want to level up in one session?
No, I'm expecting to survive the fight.
Oh, well, of course you are. You're a madman.
All right. Any questions before we end the episode?
Are we? So we're starting the next session with initiative, aren't we?
Absolutely.
That was awesome. What a cliffhanger, man.
I should have brought my I should have brought the Trandoshan ceremonial sword to this fight.
I was honestly surprised that you choose to leave it in the ship.
I wanted to dual wield, and I will dual wield again next session.
You need to get some kind of scabbard to allow you to carry bow.
Sorry, what? A scabbard?
Yeah. I think
Well,
it would become like an encumbrance issue or something, right?
I have a sheath. I have both of my vibro swords, vibro blades sheathed, one over each shoulder, like crisscross, and then I have both my blaster pistols holstered on both of my hips.
Sweet.
Romarrhyn's big, he could carry it for you.
He's busy with it.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
it's
a name.
Just like how R2-D2 carried Luke's lightsaber. Just make Romarrhhyn carry all your weapons. That's not Wookiee slavery or anything.
I was gonna say I need Romarrhyn to make me a Lydia bot so she can carry all my burdens.
You need basically like a golf caddy, but for all your weapons.
Alright, that's going to be it for this one, though. So we're going to end the episode here. Again, rules. Anything that we might have missed, leave a comment. Let us know. Just be nice, because it's all about enjoyment, right? If you're having fun, you're playing the game right.
Yeah.
We don't mind blurring the lines or bending the rules a little bit if everyone's having a good time. And hopefully you agree.
Another thing, if you have homebrew ideas that seem balanced and fun, definitely put those in the comments, because homebrew is totally valued and accepted in games as well.
But alright, that's going to be it for this time. Thank you everyone for watching again. Hope this is hope that you're enjoying it. And actually, I think tomorrow I'm going to start editing some of the early episodes. So, yeah, this has been pre-recorded. It's the beginning of April, so I don't know when you guys are watching this, but it's probably been a long time.
Remember when we started this back in what was it, like November? September?
Our
think it was
session
September.
Our session 0 was recorded in August.
Oh wow.
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 It's been math is hard number of months.
Yep.
Alright, my goal is to get the first couple episodes posted before we hit 1 year. So hopefully we've done that.
Ooh.
That's 10 months. Wow.
Yeah. Wait, that's 10 months?
No.
Including
it's not.
August. That's 10
Including August.
If we started in August and it's April now,
That's
June,
8
July,
And we're in the 10th
August,
month.
so no, we're in the 8th month because it's 4 months apart from August. August doesn't come for another 4 months, and there's 12 months in a year.
It was August 2nd, so it's August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. We're in the 9th month.
Jeez.
Ooh. We got 3 months, boys.
Alright, so we're going to end this here, and I'm going to go edit. So thank you again for watching. Mobius1 and crew here, and we'll see you next time.